Buenas tardes, Españolos. I want to go over what you're doing today. First, though, let you know what you're doing tomorrow morning. Tomorrow you are going to your first hour class, and then after first hour, you can put your stuff away in your locker, grab your coat and whatever, and head down to the office. Do not go to your second hour. Just come to the office right after first hour, and we're going to gather outside there, and then get on the bus by about 9 o'clock. Today you are working on three things. You're working on the Twitter activity handout. You're doing the compañero parts of those. We're going to be doing some work on the Voces Inocentes sheet, the video, the movie sheet that you have. El Mejor Nido, we have the paragraph fill-in activity, and you guys will watch the video clip again. What was it? 6th hour. Didn't even get to see it a first time. And then finally, your sub today has for you a handout for the museum. It's several pages long, but I would like you to read over that tonight and bring it with you tomorrow, please. Okay, first of all, the Twitter activity. We had explanation here that we're talking about not what this says what you did during the summer, but during spring break, durante las vacaciones de la primavera. And you're using the yo and the tu form on this. So here, this guy says to Senora Loca, spent a great summer, I went to parties, I ate a lot of ice cream, and I had fun. ¿Y tú qué hiciste? What did you do? Here, she responds, I spent time with friends, I went swimming a bunch of times, and I wrote 14 books. Whatever you say. So this is what you've already done. You've already drawn a picture of yourself. You get your name up here, and you've written a few sentences using 4 verbs in the preterite to talk about what you did over spring break. What you're going to do now is get, actually you don't have to get in a group, so you're going to trade them with 2 other people. First you're going to trade with one other person, who's going to be compañero, compañera uno. That person is going to put su nombre, and then they're going to draw a quick stick picture of themselves. Then, if you receive someone else's, which will be everyone, you're going to, just like Senora Loca up here did, you're going to respond to this person, who is the yo, the writer of it. Tell them the things sounded exciting or whatever, and then a little bit about what you did. And then do that one more time. Down below here there's compañero or compañera dos. So you got your original post, or tweet rather, and then 2 responses to that down below. So that's what you're doing for that Twitter activity. I would like you to take maybe 7 to 10 minutes at the most to get that done. Shoot for maybe 5 to 7 minutes if you can. Next, you guys are going to be doing work on your Voces Inocentes sheet. So, would you do me a favor and take this out right now, because I need you to underline the verbs that I have underlined here. Great, fantastic. Alright, I've numbered these. Again, on this sheet you're going to be going through and putting these in order, and this is not the order that they are. I just numbered them so that we can refer to them. For number 1, please underline regresa and sale. In number 2, underline regresa and llega. In number 3, underline se pinta. In 4, se pelean and ve, from se ve. In numero 5, underline pregunta and tienen. En número 6, ve y corre. Número 7, vuelan y pone. Número 8, caminan. Número 9, quitan y pasa. Número 10, da. 11, sale y empieza. Y número 10, sugiere. Okay. what you're going to do in partners with your assigned partner in the seat across from you with these underlined verbs is change them from the present tense into the preterite. I do want to point out this is not every single verb in the sheet, because some of these would definitely not be in the preterite, but rather the imperfect. In fact, even a few of them that we have underlined would most likely make more sense in the imperfect in terms of story flow, but it'll still work in the preterite for the ones that are underlined. So what you need to do then in your partners is figure out, okay, number 5, for example, here. Or actually, let's just start with 1. Number 1, chava regresa. Okay, what's the actual verb? And the verb is regresar. It's an AR verb. And then, who's the subject? Is it yo? Well, it's not going to be yo. Most of them are going to be either the he, she form or the they form, because they're talking about things that happen in the movie. So this is the he, she form. In the past tense, you would change this to chava regresó with an accent mark. He returned home. Ikeya, she left for work. Same returned because he arrived late. So you have to figure out what these are saying, and then you're going to change these verbs to the preterite. You can write those in the margins right near the verbs, or where there's space to put them nearby. Alright, so after the Twitter activity, I'm going to give you 15 to 20 minutes to complete this. I'd like you to shoot for closer to 15. Then, you got one last thing you're going to do. Finally, your teacher today is going to, after this video, also in this substitute teacher playlist, is the story El Mejor Nido that 5th hour watched yesterday. 6th hour we didn't get to. 5th hour we stopped and paused a bunch during it. But either way, let's just watch it in both hours one more time. For 6th hour, what I want you to do is, as you watch the video, these verbs that you hear up at the top, put a star next to them when you hear them, and they go in order. And this is just kind of for listening comprehension. We did more work with this in 5th hour, but that's alright. The main thing you're going to work on is this part here. It says, usen las palabras al fondo de la página, use the words at the bottom of the page, para completar el cuento. Necesitan conjugar los verbos en el pretérito. Se pueden usar palabras más de una vez y algunas se pueden sustituir. Pueden usar sus paquetes sobre el pretérito. Oh, I wanted to say that with the last activity too, with the Boses activity and with this. Feel free. You guys are allowed to use your preterite packet handout. And there's 2 things you want in that. You want the very first table in there that has the regular conjugations for the preterite, for the AR, and then the ER/IR. And then the tables in the middle of the packet on back that go over a lot of irregular verbs. So if you've got some irregular verbs down here, and I'll point that out in a second, you can look for those and find the endings you need. What you're going to do then is, in partners, you're going to read this story and figure it out as best you can, and you're going to use these verbs from down below, and these ones are mixed up. They're not in order like this section here where you're just starring them when you hear them. However, here they're already conjugated, so they might help you with some of these. You're going to use these verbs. You're going to figure out which verb would make sense in the blank, and it says here some can be used more than once, and some you could substitute a couple of different verbs, like if it was said or responded. I mean, those two can almost mean the same thing in depending on the context. So let's look at the first one. El señor pájaro, he does something. Me encanta mi casa, me encanta mi nido. We know from watching that that is he sang that. So you're going to take the verb cantar and put that in the he sang form. So let's go through this, see what the subject is. That one was he. This one's they, ellos, and conjugate the appropriate verb in the blank. Finally today, in this activity, you've got the rest of the hour to work on, and you may need to finish it at home. Of course, it's not going to be due Thursday. It'll be due on Monday. For Thursday, though, your sub's going to be giving you a packet. from the corner of my desk that goes over a lot of information about some of the exhibits in the museum and some history of Mexican art, painting, culture, and a couple of famous painters and pieces, artists and pieces rather. So I don't think this is actually the first page, but this is one of the pages from the packet. Yeah, so that's that. Give me a call if you have any questions. Never mind. All right, good luck today. I'll see you tomorrow morning after first hour. Baby for sale.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.